One of the biggest mysteries in Bully is the boys' dorm. Many wonder why the boys' dorm only has one floor and a small amount of rooms, unlike the girls' dorm, which has 2 floors and, well, probably about double the amount of rooms the boys' dorm has. Well, it wasn't always like that. In the beta, the boys' dorm was originally going to have 2 floors, and unlike the final game, cliques were actually going to spawn in there too. And by cliques, I mean preps, jocks, and greasers, unlike the final game where only bullies, nerds, and non-cliques spawn. Well, if you pull the fire alarm, you will see the other cliques leave their rooms, but I mean without the use of a fire alarm, or mods. Sheldon and Pedro have unused pyjama models because originally they were going to spawn in the boys' dorm at like 8 AM, early in the morning. And these beta appearances can actually be modded into free mode with hex editing. Some believe the boys' dorm was going to be the exact opposite of the girls' dorm, with the boys' dorm being much more dirty and more vandalised. I'd say the interior shell was going to be the opposite, and you'll see why later. Okay, so let's get started with some pictures of the beta boys' dorm interior. In this picture, we can see a beta Jimmy Hopkins sliding down the banister, as well as a beta Parker and beta Lucky also walking down the stairs. We can also see a massive sign in the background saying not allowed. I'm going to assume that these were dorm rules, which I'll assume were rules like no fighting and no vandalism. Next to Lucky, there also is a portrait of the crapula Maxima, which if I remember correctly doesn't appear anywhere in game. Either way, this image actually confirms that the boys' dorm did actually have 2 floors, and other cliques, like I mentioned before, the preppies and the greasers would spawn in there too. On to the next picture. Here we actually have a removed bathroom, which was originally going to be on the 2nd floor. Now as you can see in the background of the picture, Gord, or possibly Justin, are just walking by, with a beta Jimmy Hopkins washing his hands. From what we can gather here, it shows the bathroom was going to be much more dirtier than the girls' bathroom. I'm going to guess this screenshot is why so many people believe the boys' dorm was originally going to be the exact opposite of the girls' dorm. Like here, we can see the mirrors had something thrown at it twice, numerous graffiti scrawled all across the walls. The next picture I show will actually destroy the theory that it was going to be a more vandalised and dirty version. The last picture I could find is actually a really interesting one. Notice anything aside from Mr. Burton being in the boys' dorm? Well, for one, the portraits aren't vandalised like they are in the final game, and if you look underneath Mr. Burns' armpit, you can see the lounge isn't there. It's instead replaced by another dorm room. The picture next to Mr. Burton appears to say Warrior on it, and is never seen in game at all. It's possible that this could actually be an Easter egg to the Warriors, which Bully does have quite a few references to. And if you look in the very back, you can see a student, it could be Vance, I don't know about that, but it looks like Vance to me, approaching the beta stairs. Okay, you can't actually see the stairs, but you'll see why I know it's the stairs in a short while in the clip I'm going to play. Now we can get onto something really interesting. The 2nd floor wasn't removed entirely. Using DeBoss's no-clip mod, we can actually visit the 2nd floor. Kind of. Just activate the mod here and fly upwards. Notice the mini-map has changed. Like the roof access room, despite the player never being able to visit here, it confirms that it was removed pretty late into Bully's development. We have a fully functional minimap up here. We can see the minimap for the beta rooms and everything. And if we go forward a bit, we can see leftovers of the beta bathroom too. Some people believe you can still see the LOD of the beta boys dorm by going far out and zooming in with a weapon like the super slingshot or the camera. If you don't know what LOD is, it means level of detail. In many games like the PlayStation 1 Spyro games or the Grand Theft Auto games, the game would have appeared to have loaded the entire level, or at least parts of it. But it actually hasn't. What you see is a very low quality version of the model, but as you get closer the LOD despawns and quickly gets replaced with the actual model. Like what you see right now is an example of LOD in GTA 5. Like as I zoom in, you can see the objects spawn in and despawn. And like here when I teleport to the middle of the city, you can quickly see the low quality roads despawn. Bully is a little bit like this. You can see the LOD in action around Old Walworth Vale. Anyway, back to the beta boys dorm. Some say you can see the beta dorm's LOD by standing near the girls dorm and zooming in with a weapon like the super slingshot or the camera, which I mentioned earlier. Some others believe that's just an LOD texturing error. So here's a clip of it in action. If you view it from the right side, it does look like a texturing error, but if you view it from the left side, outside the school, it does look a bit more like the beta dorm, as you can see the beta roof. So that's pretty much all the information I could find about the beta boys dorm, and thank you for watching.